everybody, how are you? This is my channel Ab Fab. I am here in my happy place, my makeup room, just because I was just getting ready for the day anyways, and I thought it would be nice to just do a little get ready with me, like a real legit get ready with me. So if you're interested in joining me for my get ready with me for my makeup for today, then just keep watching this video. And I'm just going to actually give a little hydration. You will not be able to see this product, but this is actually the Fresh, it is a vitamin nectar antioxidant glow water that I purchased from Sephora. It is just chock full of really good ingredients, and it is obviously a glow water, so it'll give a nice kind of little bit of a glow, and that's kind of what I'm going for. And it gives a little hydration with just the slightest, but just au naturel scent of citrus. I'm just gonna give my face a little spritz. That is good. And because of my light, I will definitely insert some of these products that I will be using in my Get Ready With Me. It is the Ultra Repair First Aid Beauty, sorry, because First Aid Beauty is like all that and a bag of chips. But it is the Ultra Repair Hyaluronic hydrating primer. But I have been loving this. This is a hydrating primer, and even though you know, only parts of my skin are kind of like dry and other parts are oily, still in the T-zone, I do really enjoy this, and I find that the makeup really stays on really quite nice. And it has a slight hint of cucumber. Literally put about, I would say, a nickel size on my hand, and then I just kind of work it all over my skin like so. And I'm just finishing up the last of my eyeshadow primer, which is the Smashbox 24-hour photo finish base eyeshadow primer. But I do find now, just as I get older, my lids just get oilier, so I definitely have to set those with a little powder. And since I've been doing that, I have not been getting any creases whatsoever, which is really nice. So the powder that I'm going to use just to kind of set that is my Grwm, and they're the meteorites. And I will also be using the meteorites to set my actual foundation as well. This is just a Real Techniques brush, but it's just slightly angled, as you can see, nice and fluffy. Anyways, gets into the powder quite nicely, tap it off, and then just I very gently sort of set. And the nice thing about the Grwm Meteorites powder is really, it's just kind of like a color corrector, but it's very, very translucent, doesn't really impart any color, as you can plainly see. Oftentimes I will put it in the jar, kind of shake it up to break up the little pearls, and then I literally just take the dust that is on the lid here and then use that for, you know, setting the base. Off with my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. I use a light to a vanilla. So this is literally the tail end of it. I don't have a lot of discoloration, as you can plainly see, but I definitely have, you know, some baggage and some deep set inner corner here. So, and I have been loving this little sponge just because look at this nice little point. And this was purchased in Ulta, and it was the 3-pack of makeup sponges by Sonia Kashuk makeup sponges. I digress. Okay, so I'm gonna use that really point and just really soften all of that. I'm just kind of getting it all in there. Get a little of that redness around the nose done. Get a little of the Martinet line. So I hope this Monday finds you all having had a nice and relaxing weekend. Yes, I certainly did, so it was really nice. All right, so for my foundation, I am going to be using the foundation that I've used for the last, I don't know, 2.5, 3 years. It is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and this is in the number 202, which is, it's 202 Creamy Natural. And even though this is kind of a medium coverage foundation, that is really nice because it just lets your skin look like skin. I'm going to use a liquid highlighter, if you will. This is the NARS Coca Cabana. It is just really great. I only use a tiny little amount, so I just literally put what kind of foundation I need on the back of my hand, and then because this is quite a lot of liquid highlighter, I literally do bloop, one little tiny drop. So don't know if you can even see that, but it's just that little, and then I kind of mix it in. That's all I do, and then I apply to the face. All right, so I'm just going to use my dampened new beauty blender. Don't you love it? It's the purple one. I totally love all the different colors that they're coming out with. So I'm just gonna do a little setting of that. I am not a big advocate of doing any kind of baking when you're over the age of 40, just because the skin has just too many fine lines and wrinkles. But doing a little setting with very light powder is really essential for making sure you don't have any creasings. I tend to just kind of like a more natural brow. I'm going to use my Dip Brow Pomade by ABH in the color Taupe. Just gives a little added interest into the actual brow. But, you know, brows are such a personal thing, aren't they? Because some people really still like a very manicured brow. Okay, so everything is looking just a little bit too pale. My go-to contour stick is, and I've mentioned this a million times, it is the NYX Wonder Stick, and this is in the color Fair Light. And yes, I am once again almost at the end, so I'm just going to do a very light nose contour here. And my favorite brush to kind of like buff in any cream contour product is definitely my MAC. It is the 130 stipple brush, just short stipples, but it's just really an awesome brush. I think I bought that also 3 years ago, and I just love it. As you can see, it just completely softens out. And as long as I find, like when you're using a cream or a stick as far as your contour, if you don't go too far, I always find that it just adds just enough kind of dimension in the face. This was a Tarte face brush that I got in, I think it was last year's Christmas 5-piece Tarte makeup set. But anyways, as you can see, it's slightly oblong. It's very, very dense, very soft, and I have been loving this Tarte brush for using with bronzer. Bronzer as of late that I have been really loving is the Rimmel. It is the Sun Shimmer Maxi Bronzer, and this is in the color 04 Sunstar. It's very, very similar to Hoola Bronzer, maybe just a tiny bit lighter. And I take that and I just kind of go and I kiss just the top of my head, and I'm not afraid to get it on the cheeks. And this brush is just perfect for that because it's just like this very soft, very dense brush. You get the eyes going, and the palette I was talking about, this is it from Primark. It is the Desert Queen eyeshadow palette, and it's absolutely beautiful, the colors. So this is a 22 eyeshadow pan palette. There it is up there. Can you see it without the reflection from the IKEA light? I will definitely try to find a picture and insert it. But there are some beautiful mattes. There are like some out of this world metallics, shimmers that are really, really beautiful. And yeah, I've been really enjoying it. So we're gonna get started. And this is in the color Sand. And I'm gonna be using my Morphe eye brushes for this. And I'm going to take a little bit of that sand. I'm just going to forewarn you, if you purchase this, it's a great price point. I believe it is £8, but there's a lot of kickoff. There's a lot of cast off of powder, but if you're okay with that, I think you will see that the actual blendability of these is really, really great. So for my tried and true MAC 217, the color Heat, which see how nicely pigmented these colors are. And then I'm going to go in with my eyes open, just kind of like above the natural crease of this eye. So I just kind of gonna go, and this is gonna be my crease or transitional color. I have been kind of really loving just playing with all the different pretty colors, and yeah, so I just thought, what the heck, I'll come on here, I'll edit it down, we'll do a little Get Ready With Me featuring the Primark Desert Queen tapered Morphe brush to kind of like just give a little extra pop. It's called Paradise. So just a tiny bit, and I'm just gonna go outer third, and then I kind of like to go at a 45-degree angle and then bring it up to that point and then into the actual crease. Looks really good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get that fluffy Morphe blending brush, and now I'm gonna make sure that the two just on the outside are nicely blended. Yes, this is looking really, really pretty. I'm gonna use a Dream, just take a look at it. And I'm going to pat it on just for some intensity. It's just such a pretty, pretty, pretty soft pink. It's almost like a champagne-y, kind of like sunset pink. There is Dune right there. You can't see it. It looks like a bone, but it is a slight shimmer. And I'm just going to use this little sponge applicator to kind of give a little pop of color there. I'm going to use a tiny bit, the residual bit of this, just on the arch of the brow. My favorite lip liners have been the Gerard Cosmetics. So this is Sugar and Spice, and what I like about these, they're beautifully pigmented, divided by what I call the Twin Peaks. Everybody else calls it the Cupid's bow, but to me it's Twin Peaks. You get it? These are so beautiful and buttery soft. I purchased, you know, the, I believe it was Sephora's Kissing Stories lipsticks they came out with last year. They were $10. They had all different colors. This is in the color Nude. It is a beautiful nude, and all these lipsticks were made in Italy. So for that price, if they're still available, just run and go get them and pick out the shades you like. They are buttery, they are soft, they are pigmented, and that gives a nice finish to that. So that looks really, really good. I'm liking how the eyebrows look. I'm liking how all of that looks. And like I said, just because I normally would go for liquid liner, but I just want to go for a very soft look. And really that just gives some shape to the eye. That's really what that does, so that's good. Just a Revlon makeup curler that I bought at Shoppers Drug Mart. Everybody's heard about it. It is the Essence Lash Princess Sculpted Volume. It's in the purple and black tube. That's really pretty cute. And I don't know if it comes in any colors. I wouldn't know. It's excellent price mascara for the price point. This is $4.99 Canadian. How could you go wrong with that? And it's got a nice bristle brush that is nice and curved. So it just gives a little bit of volume. And yeah, I love it. So just gonna wiggle that on. And I love to kind of start on the outside and then just kind of wiggle it across. Okay, now for my summer blush, and the blush that I have been loving for the last, I don't know, 3-4 months has to be this one, which is the Natasha Denona Blush Duo Golden Coral. And then you get this highlighter. I'm using an Estee Lauder awesome little blush brush that I got in a Estee Lauder bonus package. Just picks up like just totally the right amount of blush. And then I do use a little of the Blush Topper Tutu, just gives a nice little fresh look. I'm gonna go in with a little highlighter just because I'm a little extra that way. This is of course in the color Molten Rose Gold. It is if you're a highlighter fan, like I'm a highlighter fan, then you will know that in your highlighter collection, you must have this. It's one of those iconic highlighters. Just gonna hit that right about there. We're gonna avoid the tip of the nose because we don't want it to look too crazy. And I'm just gonna get right here at the apples of the cheeks a tiny little hit of the. I'm gonna just subdue this highlighter here with my sponge, and to finish it off, I am using my summer's favorite makeup setting spray, which is the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day, and it is the coconut. What better scent and what a better sort of makeup, a setting spray to get you in the mood for summer. So I'm gonna just apply that. Take me away. That is the end of my Get Ready With Me makeup look. I hope you really liked it. I just thought it would be fun to maybe throw this video up while I was getting ready. I do hope that this video finds you all well. There's been really no change to my last video, but it is, you know, something that you learn to kind of cope with on a daily basis. And I just really appreciate all the people that just commented on my last video. I hope that if you're new here that you will just hit the subscribe button and the bell. That way you can be basically kept abreast of when I upload my videos, which is usually once a week. But I always love doing a Get Ready With Me, and something which is fun when it is just like fresh makeup and it feels just kind of like you're sitting around and you're talking to a girlfriend. And that's what it always feels like when I am doing these videos with you guys. And I couldn't be happier having you join me here on my channel, Fab. So without further ado, as I always say at the end of every video, I hope that you all have an absolutely fabulous week. Take care. Bye, everybody.